What's going on, YouTube? I just wanted to do an update on my bike. It's been about a year since I purchased this 450L. Um, I'm gonna review it and tell you about all the mods and stuff. But so far, it's treated me really well. Um, I mean, it's a heavy bike, but it's a dual sport at the end of the day. So I'm just gonna get into it and talk about the must-haves first. Um, I mainly use this bike as a dirt bike, single track, GNCC. I actually raced it in a GNCC. Um, I do a lot of stuff with it, so I had to have the Vortex ECU. It's one of the first things I got for it, and I got the FMF Q4. I threw a different sticker on there because it got ripped off, but and then I got the OEM 450X header. I don't like the way the Mega Bomb looks and stuff, so I went with that, and that's kind of like a must-have. I had to do that. The way this bike ran, it was horrible at first, and I know a lot of guys got rid of their bikes because of this reason. But I love mine. It's a big heavy hog leg, what I like to call it. So, but next thing I'm gonna talk about is the San Diego Powerhouse Thermostat Delete and Emissions Delete. A lot of guys, they did this when they're racing them, so the coolant constantly circles through the motor. Now, if you're sitting at a stoplight or something, it is nice to have the thermostat, but when you're racing them and stuff like that, you don't wanna have a thermostat on there. You wanna have straight coolant, and it keeps the coolant temp sensor. And the fan still works. I thought the fan did not work for the longest because the fan wasn't cutting on. Well, come to find out, it just wasn't getting hot enough for it to cut on. So there you go, the fan, and it cut on one day. It was real hot outside, so it cut on me. So I went with my brake pedal broke when I raced the GNCC, so Hammerhead just come out with this new brake pedal. You can tell it's already scarred up and stuff. It comes with the little piece back here. Nice brake pedal, adjustable tip. They sell different tips for them and stuff. But I could have went with a different brake setup and then put the hydraulic brake switch instead of the mechanical one you see right here, and 86 this cover, get rid of it, and then got a brake pedal off of the R. But it wouldn't fit without this cover taken off. It's got to be closer to the motor. But I want to keep my covers because I know a lot of guys say, oh, it traps moisture. Keep the cover. It's worth the investment, because you slam that on a rock, it's going to bust your motor. And the motor already had bust because I didn't have a skid plate on it. I already had to fix the ignition cover. Then I went with the Flatland Racing radiator guards and skid plate. Killer products. They're real thick. I know a lot of guys like to run the plastics, but I want the protection. I don't care about the vibration or the flex or whatever. So you see I got a few dents and dings in there already in my header. But stock foot pegs are pretty good. I think I done twisted that one up. So it's time for some new foot pegs. I'm gonna go with the IMS, but those are really good foot pegs. I wouldn't replace them if that one wasn't twisted. Core Moto did the graphics for me. I just went with something a little simple. I need to get the full kit, and I'm gonna get a seat cover next, but Cormoto killed it on the graphics. Yeah, next is a seat cover. You'll see a seat cover on this next. Because that's just what's coming next. I did the 450X fender conversion. All right. Now, I didn't buy a kit from nobody or anything. I just bought it all myself. I cut the subframe, and I ain't gonna lie, this mod's well worth it. I probably had 150 in it, and that was with the stock tail light. Do not buy the stock tail light from Honda. It is not a brake light, and I didn't realize that. I bought the stock tail light, and it was $50. DRC makes a tail light for 25 bucks with it's 3-wire. The stock one's only 2 for the brake light. I actually got it hooked up last night. Everything works good on it. It's bright. It's got the brake light in it. And I believe this is off of the older bike, and it still fits up to the new one. So there you go. That's how it mounts up. I bought all the little hardware and stuff off the part schematic. So I'm running twinner air filter. I got a bunch of them. That's all I run. I just installed this tank. I love it. It's a pretty big tank, I ain't gonna lie. You know, it's the biggest tank I ever had on one of my bikes. It fits this bike perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. I love it. I went with the dry brake setup so I can run the San Diego Powerhouse. They have these flush mount screw caps. They're for like the dry brake and stuff. But you gotta have the dry brake tank. And it's awesome. I mean, there's no reviews on this or nothing, but there it is. I mean, this is high quality stuff. I love it. I was like, man, you know, I spent all this money on this bike. I'm gonna make it look the way I want it to. I put the vent in there. I had to drill this out. It's honestly prefer. I've seen some people put it right here, anywhere you want it, but I wanted mine right there. Just ran the hose real quick. Went with some bar risers. I don't know what these are. A buddy of mine had them, and I put those on there, and it helps out. I'm gonna get new bars eventually. I got the ODI lock-on grips. Love them. Wouldn't ask for a different grip. I'm gonna try to figure out how to delete all this because I don't have signals no more. I still got the horn and the high and low beam switch, but honestly, I'm gonna 86 this whole switch. I don't want none of that no more. I'll probably just figure out how to leave it on high beam, and that's it. But yeah, I'm gonna 86 this too. I'm gonna get rid of all this and figure out how to put a regular kill switch on it with a regular start button. But I got my little mirror in here hidden in case the police messes with me. I say I'm legal, but honestly, I'm about to take this off because I stopped road riding like I did, mainly just to get the trail to trail. I got 2,500 miles on here, and half of them, probably mostly all of them, were road riding. After like 2,000 miles, I've been just trail riding, and trail riding miles don't add up like road riding miles. But I love it. It's a good road bike right out the box. If you wanted a supermoto it, you can, but I already have a supermoto, so there's no need to have two. And I love this bike. It isn't a KTM 300 by no means or anything. If you're looking for something like that, that's the bike you need to get for really, really technical. I mean, this bike's capable of doing it. I know I can, but I like more the GNCC style, so that's why I like this bike. Went with the Pro Ben Syra handguards. I love these handguards. Actually, I've been running these for a while, but I bought some new shields. These are new shields. I done busted the headlight housing racing it, and this headlight's scarred up, but I'm not going to replace this till I bust it. Then I'll probably put a Baja Designs in it or something, unless I get a good deal on another stock one. But this headlight's perfect. I just got it scarred up, but I busted a little thing, so I had to put a washer in it, and I've been bending these like hell. But I just ordered new ones. They bend back easy, but I've been on so much. I threw some fork stickers on there just to protect the forks, because I threw a strap on here off of eBay and it started pitting my forks. I didn't realize it, so I took that strap off. I got these fork protector for the seals. I ain't never had a leaky seal running them. Love them. I get the long ones that go all the way down the boot. I had to cut that one because the fork guard ripped in it. You can't get nothing but a year out of them, but they're only $10. So DID Dirt Star rims are holding up good. I got a few dents in them just from beating on this thing, man. I mean, I put it to its pace, but I'll just get a pair of adjustables and bend it back out. Now I'm running a Golden Tire 216. This is my second one. Absolutely love it. I mean, you can't even feel it's there because it's hooking up. They got this one in, and they got a Fat Boy. I'm not sure the specs on the fat one, but I heard a lot of people said don't buy it for the 4 strokes because it's a heavier bike and it won't slide into the corners good with the fat tire. So I just went with the stock size. Love it. It's actually DOT approved. The rear is a M5B. This is a 130 by 80. This is a big tire. I had to cut my mud flap because it wasn't fitting. It was hitting it, and then my chain is adjusted pretty. I mean, I can get a lot more adjustment out of it, but it's pretty far forward. That's why I had to do it. But when you run this, you gotta have that thing stretched back. This thing is, I mean, it's huge. It's got some wear on it, but not that much. Actually got one in the corner over here. I'll show you. This is brand new. This is a 120 though, because I think I've been running the 130 forever. I'm just tired of running the 130, but M5B IRC, this thing, I highly recommend this to anybody. This is the biggest tire you would buy for a bike, especially the 130. Unreal. But highly recommend it. They even sell it for 65s, so I'm gonna order one from a little CC5 here soon. But I'm still running stock chain and sprockets. Those will be on the way next. Surprised I'm getting so much life out of them. It don't even make sense, to be honest, but they're still holding up. And I'm gonna get me a case protector while I'm at it when I order all that. But I got all the delete kits. I got the kickstand delete with the wired harness that went on the kickstand and stuff. I got that delete kit from San Diego Powerhouse. They got for all your 450 needs, check out San Diego Powerhouse because they got a lot of stuff, man. A good bit of this stuff I bought from them. Now these radiator guards from Flatland, they're fully wrapped around. I love them. Can't beat them. It makes the shroud stick out a lot bigger, but it was worth it. Let me see here. This is already my 3rd set of brakes. This thing eats up some brakes when you ride it on the road. But yeah, I mean, so far it's treated me good. I'm trying to think about anything I'm missing. Other than the Vortex, I got the Vortex set on number 7. I bought the Vortex straight from Tokyo Mods. I'm going to ship it off here soon and get some more maps laid out on it. Just because I want more enduro maps than performance maps and stuff like that. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and fire it up and let y'all hear it, because I know y'all want to hear it. This is cold start. Cold start. Almost forgot to mention, I'm running T4 in this bike. I'm running it, I'm running 4 gallons of pump on top of 1 gallon of T4 just to play with it right now. But the T4 really wakes this bike up, and it smells good too. So there you go. Yes, I love this bike. After all the modifications, it's a lot of money spent, but it's well worth it. And I suggest if you're looking at getting one, pull the trigger. You know, keep it in mind though that this is a dual sport, and this isn't a KTM 300. So if you're going to be wanting to do some crazy slow trail riding, you know, this isn't the bike. Just because I know a lot of guys said it had a stalling problem, which it did at first when I first bought this bike, but after all the modifications I've done, it's a good bike, but it's still heavy. It's not like a 2-stroke, you know, but for this bike being what it is, great Baja bike, great hair scramble bike, great GNCC, all around bike. It's a good bike, especially to be able to ride on the road still. Great bike. So there you go, and thank you for watching.